Hey guys, welcome back to my little blue cottage on the lake. I'm a professional soap maker and small business owner, and I do everything out of my home. It's a very cozy, warm, and inviting space, so I'm really happy to be sharing it with you guys today. Speaking of cozy, in this video, I wanted to focus on some really cozy crafts that I like to do in this house. We're gonna be doing a little bit of soap making, candle making, and even some laser engraving. I love when my crafts have a practical element to them, and I hope by the end of this video, I will have given you guys some ideas on some cozy crafts that you guys can do also at home. The first cozy craft is soap making, and I'll be making a rhubarb root infused soap the cold process way. Before I begin, I formulated my soap recipe using a website called SoapCalc. Once I run the numbers and everything looks good, I print my soap recipe and dive right in. I start with making my lye and water solution, and then melting my hard oils and butters in a double boiler. So I've already done the first few steps in making my rhubarb soap. I'm melting down my hard oils and butters right now, and I've already mixed together my lye water solution, and that takes about an hour for that to cool down to the right temperature that I need for it to make soap. Right now it's way too hot. So if you're making this at home, make sure you give yourself the amount of time to allow yourself to be able to make the soap, because things have to cool down after they've been heated up. And another quick thing about making soap, make sure that your eyes are protected, you're wearing gloves, and that you're wearing long sleeves when you're doing it, because lye is corrosive. We don't want it touching our skin, so protect yourself as much as you can. If you guys click the link to my shop right now, you'll find that it's currently closed down because I'm planning on restocking and relaunching as of June 1st. So if you are wanting to try my products, you might have to wait a little bit longer, but I promise you this next launch is going to be a good one. And I'm excited to show you guys what I have to offer in June. It's gonna be fun. I infused sunflower oil with rhubarb root powder to extract the many skin-loving benefits of rhubarb, and there's a lot, and also to naturally color the soap a soft pink color. Rhubarb root reacts chemically with lye to turn soap into a blush color, so if you're looking for a natural way to color soap, I would highly recommend you try rhubarb root out. So I just poured the soap, and I couldn't believe how well this fragrance oil behaved. This is rhubarb strawberry fragrance oil from Village Craft and Candle. Not only does it smell realistic, exactly just like how you would expect strawberry rhubarb to smell, but it's such a refreshing summery scent, and I can't get over how beautiful it is. Now that I poured and sculpted the tops, I'm going to set this aside to let solidify over 12 hours, and I'm going to move on to the next cozy craft. Stay tuned to the end of the video where I actually cut this guy the next day. Now, if you find soap making intimidating, and don't worry if you do, a lot of people find working with lye a little much, then you are going to love this next craft. For this next cozy cottage craft, I'm going to be making a simple soy lilac candle. Candle making can be pretty straightforward, but I think the hardest part of it is the wicking, deciding what size wick to use for what size vessel. And thankfully, most candle companies do provide wicking kits that will let you decide exactly what size of wick you should use for the vessel that you're using. So for today's candle, I'm using this beautiful 8-ounce glass candle jar. To help me decide what size wick to use for a candle jar like this, I'm going to use the wick kit from Village Craft and Candle. And in this kit, you get 2 series of wicks. They have the ultimate wick series, which are these wood wicks. You get 3 sizes of them, and then you also get the Stabilo wick series, and you get 2 sizes of those wicks. So to make this candle extra cozy, I think I'm gonna go with the Ultimate Wicks, the wood wicks for my lilac candle, and I'm gonna go with the medium wicks. After you have chosen the right wick for your candle, all you have to do is melt down your soy wax completely. Make sure that you heat it up to a temperature of about 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you can add any colorants you're gonna use. I'm gonna use a purple candle dye to go with the lilac theme, and then your fragrance oil. I like to stir the wax for at least 2 minutes to allow the wax to bind with the fragrance oil completely before I pour it into my vessel. The next cozy craft is for all of you book lovers out there, and that is making custom bookmarks. I purchased these wooden bookmarks from Amazon to practice my laser engraving. To begin, you'll need to measure the space you want to create a design for, and then you take those measurements and open up a design software like Photoshop or Illustrator, or go to a design website like Canva, which is what I prefer to do. For quick and easy, I say go with Canva. You can see how quickly I was able to create a beautiful design from their vast graphics library. I found a beautiful J design for my name, and I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so I decided to use a quote from that book to engrave onto the bookmark. Once I was satisfied with the design, I downloaded the file as a .png file. For my laser engraving, I'm using the WeCreate laser machine, which uses their free design software to get your designs onto your projects. Using the software is incredibly simple. Just upload your design and place it on your project. The camera inside of the laser machine helps you easily place the design exactly where you want it. The software also provides a sample grid that you can choose from to help you decide the speed and the power of the laser to get your desired result. Once everything looks good, simply send your design to the machine and it starts engraving. Here's the finished bookmark, and as you can see, it turned out pretty good. I'm still learning with the laser, and this might have been a little bit too much power because it burned right through the wood here. I did try a few iterations, and some of them were a little too light. So when you're laser engraving, there's definitely some adjustment and trial runs you'll have to do in order to get to the perfect settings to achieve the results that you're looking for. Another thing you'll want to consider when laser engraving wood is the quality of the wood. These are bookmarks that I purchased off of Amazon, so I don't think the quality of them is particularly great. So if you're working with better quality wood, then your settings might be different from the settings that I used. There is one more cozy craft that I want to do, and that is to laser engrave some live edge wooden coasters. I got these live edge coasters from Amazon as well, and I'm really curious to see how well the laser engraves onto these surfaces. So let's go ahead and try it. Look at how good that turned out. I think I got way better results on these coasters than I did with the bookmarks, which I will still use, but I'm just really pleased with the quality of the engraving on this wood than on this bookmark. I think it has a lot to do with the quality of the wood. This bookmark is extremely thin, whereas the wooden coaster is a lot more sturdy. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I'm really happy. This is something that I will definitely use and have on my desk and will put a smile on my face every time I set my cup down on it. So looks like my candle is solidified. So I use this wick center to keep the wick in the middle, but we can remove that now. And you can see I just have the littlest bit of a sinkhole, which I'm completely fine with. I've had worse sinkholes, so this is actually pretty neat. And I did add just a little bit too much dye, so it's really purple. I did not intend for it to be this purple, but that's okay. And you can see over here that my soap is ready to be cut. But before I get to the soap, let's finish off the candle. So I'm going to trim this wick, and to do that, I'm using these beautiful candle wick trimmers, and they're handy because they have that angle. And with wooden wicks, you want to cut this pretty close to the level of the wax. And there you go, that's cut. To give this a cozy, rustic flair, I'm just going to wrap some twine around the edge of the candle jar. And of course, here I am cutting that rhubarb soap. Making soap is such a joy for me. It's truly relaxing, and this is the most satisfying part. Jumping into soap making may be daunting, but once you make your first successful soap, I promise you, you'll be hooked and you'll never want to go back to store-bought ever again. So here are the cut bars, and they are a really pretty soft pink color. They're not as vibrant as I thought they would be, but I think in order to get them super red, you would have to make the entire soap that infused oil with the rhubarb root. And because I used a blend of oils, and the sunflower oil, which was infused with the rhubarb root, it was less than half of the entire oil and butter amount, then that's why we're getting a really soft pink shade. I still really love the color, and I love how simple and beautiful these bars are. Making soap has got to be one of my favorite cozy crafts to do because it's so practical, and not only can you use these soap bars for yourself, but you can also make them a really cool gift, and everyone uses soap, so most people will be a fan of these gorgeous little creations. If you want to make this soap for yourself and you want the exact recipe, you can find that on my Patreon, which is linked down below. And speaking of my Patreon, thank you to everyone who chooses to support me on there. Your support and generosity mean the world to me, especially these guys, my Bubble BFFs. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know in the comments which cozy craft was your favorite and which one you guys want to try. And if you have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave them down below. And of course, if you like the video, then don't forget to leave it a huge thumbs up. And until the next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and I will see you in that next video. Bye, guys.